Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We have a very exciting show for you today. Formerly, we have interviewed one of the Wellness Brothers, Dr. Ruben Roman, and he is going to join us today along with one of his Wellness Brothers, Dr. Roman Mushakov. You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. And they're going to talk about cookware and how important it is using specific cookware to cook your foods and how important that is in the food that we eat. And so welcome to the show, Dr. Ruben Roman.
Hello, everyone. Great to be back.
Dr. Ruben.
Hi.
You may notice me without a beard this time.
Yeah.
Baby face.
Exactly. You look like a little kid.
Yeah, right? I want to thank Jody and Annie for inviting me back to talk about a very important topic, which is food. And what, as we know, what we eat matters. It's great to see that most people nowadays are really aware, more conscious about food, especially if it's organic or not, if it's GMO, if it's farm to table, right? People are really conscious about taking supplements and really supporting their health with natural food. But one of the things that is highly overlooked is cooking methods and how we prepare our food. Yes, it would be great for us to eat raw all the time, but doesn't always fit best for most people or for some people, especially in situations. Some people like warm food. Some people, and actually certain foods like tomatoes, for example, do get more nutritious, believe it or not, when you cook them a little bit, right? So food cooking is something that our ancestors have been doing for millennia, right? So it's nothing new, and it's highly important. So we're going to start by really looking into what are the current cooking methods. Now, what do you guys cook with at home? What have been your experience?
Non-stick pans.
And it's okay if you can say
grill.
I take out. That's okay too.
Oh yeah, take away pizza.
I've cooked. Most of my cookware is stainless steel. But I've cooked with copper before. I've cooked with non-stick pans, especially like for eggs and omelets. And I know that's probably really bad for you. And I used to have an iron skillet a long time ago. I don't have that anymore. But and I think I've cooked with like a Dutch oven, and I don't even know, ceramic, I guess is what that would be. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
So as you know, many of the cookwares that you guys mentioned, including ceramic, and Teflon and aluminum pans, they have their pluses and minuses, right? The reason why most people look at those options are because it's very fast, right? It heats up very quickly. It's very cheap, right? It's very affordable, and all they really are. It's a product of being undereducated or unaware of any of the health implications. Because remember, when a lot of these cookwares were put together, it was really about convenience and how cost effective it was in terms of just getting out to the masses, right? To make it easy for people. There was no concern about actually health. As we know, the health industry doesn't care about food, and the food industry doesn't care about health. Right?
Oh, wow. That's a good quote.
Thank you. So it's very important that we become more educated. And yes, we may sacrifice. There may be a little learning curve on how to prepare food correctly, but once the learning curve is done, you'll see, wow, how easy it is. And you never want to go back to cooking on anything else.
Yeah.
Surgical stainless steel is something that we highly recommend and support, and that's the product that we actually offer. And but even they're not all made equally. So we're going to go into that a little bit.
Okay.
Now, most people aren't aware of this, but things like copper and even aluminum cookware, they react chemically with the foods, and it actually destroys nutrients that way as well.
Oh, wow.
Like all the vitamin C gets destroyed with copper pans, and aluminum as well. Actually, most people can taste aluminum when they're eating. Like you can tell the difference between a cooked aluminum pan versus stainless steel, because it actually not only reacts with the food, it actually gets into the food, right? And then that's something that we then ingest. And where does it do? It goes into our brain. It goes into our lymph nodes. It goes into deposits in areas, which causes long-term health issues. So being aware is very important. Besides that, aluminum cookware, as you know, warps, right? And it loses shape and it gets all weird. The covers don't fit, you know?
Well, I've noticed too that they'll combine stainless steel with aluminum, and they'll put like the cheap aluminum pieces and stuff, right? Because I used to have a coffee maker that was like the stovetop one that would make like a mocha or whatever, but they were using aluminum inside for the stuff that touched what you were going to be drinking.
They just made the outside stainless steel to make it pretty, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, and you could see it was coming off, the inside was coming off, like it was peeling off and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's going into my body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing that most people are unaware of is that when you cook on high heat, it destroys nutrients. And when you add water, and when you like boil things or steam things, it also destroys nutrients. And I'll give you some examples. So vitamin A gets destroyed by high heat. So does vitamin E and vitamin C, as well as thiamine, vitamin B6, folate, B12, and all the B vitamins, basically, pantoic acid, B5. They all get destroyed by heat.
Wow.
If you see Roman is in the back, he's kind of prepping the kitchen there.
The chef. Hi, Dr. Roman.
Pleasure to see you guys one more time.
Yes,
Hopefully
this is exciting.
This is very exciting. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
And, hello to everyone else.
We're going to be getting to the cooking demo part in a minute. I was going to give a few more facts about the current state of food and cooking and cookware, and then we're going to get into some demos, which is really fun.
Awesome. This is exciting.
So we were just talking about that heat depletes the B vitamins, vitamin E, vitamin C, and vitamin A when we cook in high heat. And when we add water, which includes boiling or steaming food, it actually destroys the vitamin C and some of the B vitamins and also potassium.
Wow.
Which is an important mineral. So, so we're going to show the technique and the style of cooking that we recommend to preserve nutrients. Because what's the use of buying expensive organic food if you're going to cook it incorrectly and you're going to destroy nutrients that you were trying to get more of?
Right.
Right? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And I don't think we have to mention to your audience about microwaving and the negative health effects of that. Right? I'm pretty sure most people are aware. Not only does it change the flavor and the texture of the food, it actually literally nukes or your food becomes more radioactive, and it destroys nutrients that way as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, what is the most effective method of cooking preparation? I'm gonna show you guys a live example of one of our cookwares here to give you a little demo. So if you see it here, most important is the comfort, right? People want it to be convenient. I remember as a little kid, coming from Russia, my parents actually brought over some old pans, and the handles would be this like metal, and I would always be afraid to get burned on them.
You have to have a hot pad just to grab it.
Even then, sometimes you would get burned, you know? Sometimes the pan would be heavy, and I would have two hands, and it would burn my wrist. Yeah. But anyway, these pans have a special type of composite material that does not conduct heat. So it's very safe, no matter, and it can it's even safe in the oven for up to 325 degrees, and it won't warp or change or anything.
Wow.
So it has also these flame guards, right, which is very important. So that way, again, it doesn't get hot, and it's really comfortable for you to hold it. The big winner, the big selling point in these pans is this water well. If you see this water well right here,
oh wow,
the side of the pan is very steep, and it has like a well inside. Okay, so what happens is when the cover is put on, right, and the water condenses. It actually creates a water seal, a vacuum. Yep. So that way, the food when you're cooking, it's self-basting. Yeah. Right. So the food actually tastes a lot better. If you have any kids, especially at home, who have picky eaters, they will love the vegetables that come from this Carico pots because they actually taste sweeter. The vegetables taste sweeter.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was surprised the first time I started cooking it about 6 years ago. that my kids were asking me for seconds. Usually they have food left on the plate. They're asking me for seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's always
So
a good sign.
kids will notice right away when you change your cookware. Believe me, they will know.
Yeah.
So with that, our cover is the only cover that's patented that has a thermometer inside.
Oh my goodness. How
inside
cool.
an actual thermometer, right?
Uh-huh.
That will tell you see it pops out right there,
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, wow.
right? And it will actually tell you the exact temperature that you're cooking with inside, the exact temperature, right? Which is very important because you don't want to keep opening and closing the pan to see how if it's what's happening there. That way, because then all the steam evaporates and you're losing a lot of nutrients that way too.
Yeah.
This way, there's no guesswork. Imagine cooking in an oven without the temperature gauge in the oven,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
why would we cook on the stovetop without knowing what temperature our food is cooking on?
Yeah.
Right?
We're just thinking low, medium, high, or whatever.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And what most people will realize that this cookware, you only cook on medium or low heat, never high heat, because it conducts so well. It's not necessary to cook on high heat, right? So medium or low. Okay, we'll be demonstrating that in a few minutes. So there's a safe zone, a temperature zone. If you guys notice the in between, which is between 150 and 195 degrees.
Yeah.
That's the temperature that's ideal to cook with, that does not degrade nutrients in the food.
Wow.
Right, and you know exactly when you hit that.
Right.
So that way you know how to regulate temperature.
That is so cool.
It's very
There's
cool.
another interesting indicator here. There's the cookware kind of talks to you. So there's a little whistle here. And steam comes out when it's on medium. There's steam comes out, and then that steam does, it lets you know that you need to close that whistle, that hole, and to lower the temperature.
Wow.
Excuse me, oh my God.
That's all right. We all have barking dogs
We
at our
all
house.
have.
So.
So that's important, because how many times have you walked away from your pan, you come back and everything's burned?
Right.
Because you forgot about it. But this way, when you put the cover on and that whistle is open, right? This turn and the whistle is open, you will hear it. In case you walk away and it's getting too hot, you'll know to turn it down.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's really cool.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
So the engine, just the thought process and how these were created really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, wow.
You see?
That is
Yeah.
so
There's a
cool.
lot of intention. I like it.
A lot of
Yeah,
intent.
I would think
That's-
restaurants would love to be cooking with this stuff because their food would taste better.
Oh, yeah. And that's a really great suggestion. And that's something that we're going to be promoting more heavily. We have a lot of some of our clients are schools and hospitals, but we haven't yet tapped into the market of the restaurant.
I have some connections with some very high-end restaurants here that would probably love to use that. So just FYI.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
get us in touch.
Yeah.
Another thing is, these pans, similar to a cast iron, right? Cast iron lasts forever,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So let me talk about that, because these pans also last forever. We actually had, this cookware has been around since 1967.
Oh wow.
So we have some of our customers, we know that they put this in their will, and now they have second, third generation using this cookware.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not. So I've seen the evidence. I've seen the proof, right?
Love it.
But the one big distinction between cast iron and our cookware, cast iron, it's porous, which means when you cook on it, some of the food will absorb inside the iron, and then when it heats up again, that will be released. So there is a risk of reintroducing potential carcinogens in the food.
Yeah.
Also, let's see, if you're washing the cast iron with soap and water or something else, those chemicals are leaching inside and then they're coming back out. So there's a lot of maintenance and health concerns to be aware of. Now, it was what was the best option available 200 years ago, but now, since stainless steel and also surgical stainless steel, which is even better and more non-reactive, and it's
most non-reactive metal in available today. It's used in surgeries and using surgery tools. It's incredible.
Well, that's what my water filter, that true water filter, uses surgical steel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how you know there's good quality back there, right?
Yeah.
One other thing about cast iron is whenever you cook on cast iron, it's always on high heat for the most part. And I love to cook myself. That's why I'm wearing this nice apron.
I was going to say, I like your apron there, Dr. Roman.
Yes. It says, eat good, feel good.
I like it.
And so cast iron, I would use cast iron in the past to cook steak, especially, or chicken. However, today, and you need to use a lot of oil as well besides that. And I don't know, Dr. Ruben, you mentioned yet, this is also greaseless cookware. So now I cook my steaks on that similar pot.
So you don't need to add oil to cook steak?
No, not at all.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
So imagine how much oil you won't have to eat extra. So
exactly.
Benefits for your health, but also benefits for your pocket.
Right, right, exactly.
Speaking of more benefits, if you guys notice, you see how this cookware is actually stackable, which means
that's so good.
Because the stainless steel that we're using and the core that we have in here, it's so conductive that the heat will actually conduct through and actually cook many layers of food at the same time on a single burner.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Oh yeah.
You guys can see that this cookware is stackable, which means on the same burner you can cook multiple meals at the same time. Because it's so conductive that the actual heat will travel all throughout and in all directions in the cookware, not just from the bottom, but also from the lid down. It's going to.
So that would be great for the holidays.
Well, and the thermometer would be a true indicator too, as terms of what the temperature is in throughout all of those.
Yeah. So the way to do it, and once our clients get the cookware, we actually give them demonstrations and videos and different things to show them. But the way you do it is you preheat the pan on another skillet, on another burner, and then once you're ready to actually simmer the food or continue cooking, that's when you would put it here. Yep.
That's so cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, especially if you had a small kitchen and you were cooking on different things.
Or an RV, right? The camper.
The camper will have electrical skill, which is actually very convenient.
Yeah.
Camper.
That's amazing.
It's about 15 or 16 inches in size, and there's actually one client of us who left a review. If you go through our website, how much they love it.
Because they have a big family, and it just makes it so easy because they're able to.
They travel a lot.
Yeah, they cook on it, and then it's like everything's so fresh and ready, and it's amazing. You don't have to worry about.
That's so good.
So in this pot over here, it has the top cover, which is the large cover. It's called the dome cover. It's meant for, so let's say you want to roast a chicken. So if chicken goes over the top, you're able to just cover it, be able to roast the chicken. And then also for the purpose what Dr. Ruben mentioned, you can do the stack cooking as well, so you can actually steam your vegetables without water. So we'll take a little.
So you don't even need an oven
on the stove.
Yeah, you don't need an oven.
You don't need an oven.
I baked a small cake in here, in a smaller pot. Yes, and it comes out very moist. I didn't use any oil that the ingredients usually would ask for. One of those organic little packs cakes. They asked for oil. I wouldn't put any oil. I literally simply skip that instructions and add it in. And it takes a little bit, maybe about half hour to 45 minutes on low heat, but it comes out delicious and moist, and everything stays what needs to stay in there. So I'm excited to show you guys.
I'm excited. I wish I was there in person because it looks really good.
Well, next time you guys are in New York, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
A little surprise for you guys. And yes, definitely, we would love to have you over. I just want to introduce you real quick. My family is here. as our audience. So say hello.
Lovely.
Hi.
They're ready to
Oh, look
taste
how
that
cute
soup.
they are. They're so cute.
They're ready for
They're not
dinner.
talking yet.
They are ready for dinner.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we got another surprise. While we're gonna prepare the food, we're gonna make the juice, and Dr. Ruben will talk a little bit about juicing and the importance of juicing. So,
Okay.
you guys ready to begin?
Yes, let's do
go.
it.
All right, let's do it. So this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna steam some vegetables without any water, just like Dr. Ruben explained. And we have some chicken drumsticks here, which we will put it on this pan. I have it already preheating on the stove. And we will not use any additional oil. We will not use salt. We will not use spices. Now, if you'd like to use spices, you absolutely can. And if you do use salt, use half as much salt, but it's not necessary because all the nutrients and all the minerals, that's what makes the taste of the food. That's why we
Well,
salt.
it probably retains the
Salt is a
sodium,
mineral.
that's
Exactly.
in there, right? Oh, that's
Wow.
so cool.
Yes.
Because you probably have to salt it because you're taking the salt out while you're cooking it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's so
Exactly
awesome.
why. So this is why we don't need to add any salt, and it's actually very beneficial in terms of people with high blood pressure, people with any type of heart disease. So I mean, in generally, it is just very beneficial and healthy for you because you're saving on vitamins. You don't really need to take much supplements or additional supplements, because you're preserving the minerals in the food now. So
Right. Oh, that's so great.
Beautiful.
That's great.
So let's begin.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's.
We're gonna-
Dr. Roman's going to show us how we preheat how do we know when the pan is hot?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're also gonna make some rice, and I'll explain that in a minute. So we've been preheating this. We're gonna add some water.
So you just heated the pan with nothing in it.
Yeah, nothing in it.
Yes.
Wow.
Nothing in it. I just preheated
Okay.
the pan. There's nothing.
Okay.
You can see. I'm gonna add some water. You see the little bubbles rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. So it's been about maybe 10 minutes or so, and it's on medium heat.
Okay.
So that means it's ready for the chicken. So we're gonna add the chicken.
Okay.
Kind of cooling it off with water now.
So to preheat the pan, you only need about 2 minutes. And once you put it at a certain temperature, it's going to hold it there, which is really good. So
Wow.
watch how Dr. Roman's going to sear this chicken.
So at first it will stick to the pan, but once it sears, it just unsticks. Which
Oh, cool.
is really cool.
I love drumsticks.
I knew that.
Yeah. One of my favorite things.
So what do you guys feel is the most highlight that you've learned so far?
Well, that you don't have to season your food. And I think that's the way it's always meant to be, that you got most of your nutrients, from the food, and the food tastes good if it's that. I think that was probably, and no water. You don't really need water.
The only reason why we add a few drops of water in the beginning is to test to see how hot the pan is.
Yeah.
So that way we get a good sear, and that we'll know exactly that it's at a perfect temperature.
Right.
Wow.
And the cookware is preserving the moisture that's already in the food, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't,
And you'll notice you're gonna put up the cover on, or you're gonna
No, we're gonna sear it first. Whenever you want to sear anything in this cookware, you want to have the cover off.
Right. So you can sear. That's so funny to sear without oil. I've always done my Instapot searing it with olive oil.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah.
Such paradigm shift in cooking with different cookware that actually, is smarter
Yes.
than, how we've been taught. So
I know.
quite a lot of mentality shifts.
Right.
Annie, as Jody, as you guys know, paradigm shift is what this new age is all about, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And so this fits right in with that.
Yep.
So now if you do want to use oil, I would use avocado oil if anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with using oil, a little bit
Right. Right.
like to cook in eggs, and usually at stainless steel pots is one of the most challenging things. So you can use a little ghee, a little avocado oil, and so your eggs don't stick.
Right.
You're making breakfast. We just
Right.
omelet the other day, and Dr. Ruben showed up. We made a nice frittata with some veggies. It was I don't know how it was.
It was amazing. Now, the one thing about oil when you're cooking is that there's a risk of it actually denaturing, right? When it's too over high of a cook temperature. That's why with our cookware, A, it's not necessary for the oil, and B, if you do prefer to cook with oil, you won't be denaturing the oil, which is great.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
I love
many oils people cook with, and at temperatures that they can't gauge because they don't have a thermometer. The oil turns volatile, and then there's it goes rancid, and there's no point. Like there's no nutritional value. If anything, it's harmful.
Exactly. And the other cool thing here with this cookware, it's compatible with all types of stoves. This is an electric stove that we're using, but it's also compatible with a gas stove or induction stove, any kind.
Or probably outside on like a fire if you were camping, right?
You could.
Right.
You could also do that, and again, you would need the low flame.
Right. Of course.
So even just on the embers, it would.
Yeah.
On the embers.
So the next is we're gonna be cooking vegetables. Whenever we're cooking vegetables, you don't need to preheat. You don't need to preheat at all. All you do is just put your vegetables in here and put it on medium and close the lid and come back to it when the pot talks to you. So check that out.
All right.
Grab the vegetables.
Awesome.
We have some broccoli, peppers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Look at the vibrant colors.
Oh, look at those
To the colors.
those peppers.
They look
Those
amazing.
peppers are
You will
beautiful.
notice the colors after he's done cooking them, how it will preserve these beautiful colors.
Oh wow! Because usually, especially peppers, they lose.
Yes.
They lose.
Well, and
color.
broccoli too. Broccoli
Yeah.
turn almost grey.
I might actually like broccoli cooked that way.
Oh yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it.
I don't like broccoli normally, but I do love. That looks like maybe mushrooms and asparagus, and I think I saw onions and
Oh, the potatoes.
potatoes.
So I cut the potatoes. So
there we go.
There we go.
You want to make it a little small. That's why I cut it up. Okay.
Yep.
Now, if you notice with the potatoes, we left the skin on, right? Because all the nutrients are actually in the skin of vegetables.
Right.
So whenever you're cooking with potatoes or any kind of root vegetables, like carrots, parsnips, you always want to try to leave the skin on because that's where 90% nutrients are.
Right.
It also makes it a lot easier and faster to cook. All I did was pretty much just washed it, everything. I didn't peel the potatoes, so it's very quick. You can make very quick, delicious, and nutritious meals.
Oh, I love it. Just put it all in a pot. That's great.
I know. This is so cool.
I'm gonna put some asparagus on top.
Because I cook this fabulous soup and I have to add some vegetables at different times because some cook too quickly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get more of a variety of different cooking times than what he's just chucked in the pot
Exactly.
And if you notice also the different colors that he's cooking with. So one cooking technique, one food technique is to make sure you cook with as many colors as possible. Because all the colors have different phytonutrients, which are very important for all parts of your body, right? And we know that from an energetic perspective as well, with the different chakras, right? Different energy centers of the body have different colors. Right. And God created food in nature to also support all those different areas as well.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that. That's interesting. Yeah.
So we're trying to get the energetic part of it as well, yeah?
I love it.
Dr. Ruben has to mention energy all the time.
That's okay.
He knows us.
He knows.
what we
We
like.
do. We do too.
Yeah.
great. I love it. We have a little whistle here. We're gonna open it. We're gonna cover it, and then we're gonna turn it on medium. So medium heat, and that's it. We're just gonna wait until it whistles, or you'll see the steam come out. When the steam starts to come out, Dr. Ruben explained the water well. So a lot of it collects pressure, and with the pressure, when the steam comes out, it sucks in the lid even more. So
Oh wow! So
yes.
this is faster than an Instapot.
Faster,
Instapot. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a great way of cooking. I love cooking. I've been cooking since I was 6 years old.
Oh, I love it.
My youngest son is 9, and I think he's following my footsteps. He loves to cook.
So how's the
great.
chicken going? How long do you have to? How long
is
does it
going
require
good.
to sear the chicken?
Yeah, we're gonna check on
So-
it right now.
It will let us know if it's flipping, then it's done searing. If it's not flipping, it needs a little bit more time. In the meanwhile, I prepared so a little bit about how easy it is to cook grains here. So this is white rice. So there's 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of water. Usually you cook most grains, 1 cup of grain to 2 cups of water.
Right.
Here you only need
1 to 1.
ratio.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
So I
So
usually,
like what oatmeal would be the same way if you did oatmeal? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Now with oatmeal, it's interesting you guys ask about oatmeal because usually with oatmeal, you would like it like soupy a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And so I personally would recommend, even though you can cook it 1-to-1 ratio, I personally would recommend you do it 1-to-2 ratio still. And then before you eat it, you actually let it cool a little bit because as
Right,
the
that's
oatmeal
how I do it.
thickens,
Yeah.
right, it actually changes the structure of the oatmeal, the liquid part of it, and it makes it into resistant starch, which actually feeds your flora in your gut.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, so it becomes a resistant starch when it's cool.
Wow. Yeah.
So this is also true with potatoes. Whenever you make mashed potatoes, you want to make them a little thinner, right? And then let it cool a little bit, and then it thickens up, and now it's becoming a resistant starch.
Oh wow.
I don't like
That's very cool. Very cool. All
Yeah,
right.
awesome.
Let's check that chicken. Almost there. I'm almost there. Couple more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's how you would check. You would kind of try to pull it off,
There you go. One.
and it will tell you when it's ready to flip. See?
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to pull up and turn around.
Yeah, and the other thing, if you notice, he's using metal utensils. You don't need to worry about scratching the bottom of the pan, right? You can use metal utensils, and you won't have to worry about scratching because any kind of plastic or rubber utensils, obviously, it can leak the chemical into the.
Oh wow! And so, are those utensils part of that same company? They sell utensils too.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
As well. But I want to mention about the metal piece because the only reason why the plastic or rubber ones were invented was because of the non-stick cookwares. They would chip off and it would come off.
Right.
Metal. And it would not only not look good, it actually would cause the food to be contaminated with those chemicals that were never meant to be ingested.
Right.
They're called forever chemicals, right? Because they stay and they cause damage in your body. Literally.
And aren't they like byproducts of something else that they tried to like offload onto us?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about ruining these pots and pans with any kind of metal utensils, which is another benefit.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know. My mum's always like, "Oh, don't use the thing; it'll scratch the pan."
Yeah.
Don't use the metal. Yeah.
That was a good re-education, right?
Yes.
Right.
Paradigm shift.
Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. Another one. That's it.
So we're
Keep them coming.
the rice.
The rice, we also want to just have anything you're trying to steam, the whistle is always open and you always turn it on medium heat. So with the rice, when it whistles, depending on how many cups, if it's just 1 cup of rice, you want to put it on low and give it another 10 minutes or so. If it's more rice, you can put it anywhere between up to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how much rice you're cooking. Now, in my opinion, I love to actually cook rice instead of using water. I like to add veggie broth. Veggie broth or beef broth or chicken broth, whatever you have.
That's what I do too.
Isn't it delicious?
Yeah, I use chicken bone broth when I cook my rice, and it's so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So one of the amazing things about this cookware, I cook broth in it, and it's so easy to do. And simply, I get those big, I have some buccal bones from beef or chicken, or just chicken bones. When I debone the chicken, I just use the bones. And actually, you can also use the bones from the roasted chicken. So if you're roasted a chicken, don't throw out the bones. You can make broth out of it.
Right. Yeah.
And
Wow.
once you bring it to boil it, you put it on low, and you can just leave it like that for overnight. On heat. And in the morning, you'll wake up with this broth aroma. It depends.
Oh, wow.
You may like it, you may not like it.
That's so cool.
One thing I'll mention, I remember as a kid with my mom having aluminum pans. When we would leave a broth overnight, we would come back in the morning and be half gone. I'm like, where did it all go, right? With these pans, because of the vacuum seal that it creates with the lid, it actually, you will see very little, if any, the broth going down.
Yeah, or any reduction in liquid. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's another big selling point right there in terms of you're preserving and you're getting everything infused into all the nutrients go right back into the
As opposed to all of it evaporating.
Yeah.
So,
if we
so
had
good.
smell-o-vision, you guys would smell how amazing this chicken smells right now.
I bet.
I'm just imagining right now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because I could probably use this to do my chicken. I have an amazing chicken soup recipe, and I make chicken stock first, and then I use the stock to make my chicken soup, and it's so good.
Well, I think it's really good too. An interesting demonstration that you've picked a boned meat, which usually takes a long time on the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bone takes a little longer. I was going to debone it, but next time.
That's all right.
No,
This is awesome.
I think it's really good because, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily be inclined to cook bone, chicken on a stove.
Unless you're frying it, right?
Unless you're frying it.
Unless you're frying it.
That's true. So since we're going to sear it and steam it, I thought the bone would be okay. Because after we sear it,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You can also sear the chicken or any meat, and then throw the veggies on top. So you can even sear it in this 6-quart pot. So you don't have to use this, and then just put in the veggies.
Oh, and once it's seared, then you just add the veggies.
Yeah, for demonstration purposes, we wanted to show you.
Right, of course. Yeah.
But you can do that as well.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's very economical. Pan-wise. That's just amazing how good it looks, and it has no oil in there. I'm just flabbergasted.
Yep.
Yeah.
That it's not burned, or
it's a nice, beautiful color right there. Very beautiful sear.
Sometimes there's a little bit of fat on the chicken or the meat, and maybe I can send you guys a video of how I made the steak.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
I think we should include it in the recording.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we love steak.
We do.
So I'm gonna sear it now on this side, and then I'll just cover it, and it's gonna give so much juice. It's gonna follow the bone. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm salivating.
So am I, and I can't smell a thing.
So one of the things I want to mention with any of the purchases that we get from Wellness Superheroes podcast, for any of our sets of our cookware, we're going to be offering a special on our cutlery. So we actually also sell cutlery.
Oh, wow.
Just to demonstrate the knife over here, we're gonna cut a potato.
Oh, I love knives.
It's
I'm a
very,
knife person.
very simple. I'm barely using any pressure, almost no pressure.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's a beautiful knife, too.
It's made from surgical stainless steel
Ah,
as well, and the metal is usually the steels of knives either soft or very hard. So when it's too soft, the knife gets dull very quickly. When it's hard, it's very hard to sharpen the knife. And
right.
right in between. This is made from German steel, and has a lifetime warranty. The company will sharpen the knives for you.
Oh, my gosh.
Shipping, I haven't sharpened these knives for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, usually it does come with a sharpener, so if I need a little bit sharper,
Yeah.
I just sharpen.
Right.
And you know the quality because whenever I do sharpen, there's no residue of metal like I would usually wipe it off.
Right.
Right?
That's very nice.
That talks about quality.
Right.
Yeah, our products are really designed to be lifelong. So that's something that you'll notice with our products.
We have beautiful shears whenever you put chicken or turkey. It's so easy to use. We have steak knives. We have paring knives. I mean, all types of different knives we have.
And can they buy the knives separately, or do they have to buy the whole block? Or
You can buy it separately. You can buy knives separately. Yes.
And we have different package options in terms of the blocks.
oh, perfect.
Yes. And we try to customize everything for the client. So depending on your family size, depending on what you're cooking, we as the experts will recommend, certain ones over the others. So it's not about what looks good, right?
Right.
It's really about what's most practical.
Right.
And a lot of people in the kitchen who love to cook, they usually use certain sizes of pots and pans, certain knives. And this is because we have experience in cooking, we can tell you, okay, well, since you're using this pot, maybe you can replace it with this one.
Right.
You don't lose the integrity of the feel of your kitchen or whatever you're used to. So we kind of work together with it.
Right.
With our clients.
Very cool.
The other cool benefit is both Roman and I and Dr. Nathan, we're all former pharmacists.
Yes.
So we had an extensive medical background, and I'm an expert in energy medicine, and we call Dr. Roman the feel-good doctor because he's just a lovable teddy bear, right?
Dr. Feelgood. I think that was a show on Netflix.
Right? So we actually also have a lot of health knowledge and health experience
Right.
that we also give freely to our clients as a health resource. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, and you can answer so many questions because of your backgrounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Ruben, tell us a little bit about juicing.
Okay, great. So we were mentioning earlier that the skin of vegetables have where all the nutrients are, right? So it's the same for fruits. And juicing is something that's been utilized for a very long time in terms of health benefits. And I'm sure many of you know it concentrates nutrients to get absorbed quickly into the body, whereas when you eat the whole fruit or vegetable, because of the fiber in there, usually it would actually slow down the digestive process, and it would cause not all the nutrients to be absorbed. Yes, it's very beneficial for us to have the fiber and the nutrients for our gut bacteria, but when we want it to go into our body, we want to juice it, right? So for some health regimens and cleanses, juicing is recommended,
Right.
especially in the morning.
Yes.
So we have a beautiful assortment of vegetables and fruits here that Dr. Roman prepared. I'll give him the credit for that.
And so there's a juicer too.
Yes, so we also have it. Now, you may see, it looks like a Breville or one of these other companies. Yes, maybe the design is very similar, but the difference is in the motor.
Yep.
The motor makes all the difference when it comes to a juicer, as well as the blade inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have the convenience of a big hopper and a place where the really nice container to for the juice to go into and for the rubber to go into, right? But the main selling point is the motor, because when the motor goes, the whole investment is gone.
Right.
So our I'm gonna have to pause for a second because I don't know if you guys hear that noise.
Yeah.
You hear this is the rice. This
Oh,
is the rice right
yeah.
here. So Dr. Roman, show us what to do once we hear that little simmer.
So we're gonna just put it on low. We're gonna close this. So there's a close and open position. It tells you here on the lid. So if you could see the water well.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Or-
yeah.
Yes.
There's water there now.
So I'm
Well,
pulling it up a little bit. I don't want to pull too hard.
And I noticed that it's not going to burn your hand like the Instapot
Yeah.
release does. Yeah.
Twirl it so they can see. Look at the water seal on it. You see how
Yeah.
the swirling is dancing on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not burning your hand. That's fantastic.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Look,
Yeah. Because I know my Instapot, they tell you not to touch to do the little release thing, but don't touch it for X because it'll burn you. And,
yes.
Yeah.
And you guys saw that was a great example of when we got distracted talking about our juicer.
Right.
I heard the whistle.
Yeah.
You see that? I heard the
Yeah.
whistle for the rice. So
Yeah.
So
it
good.
works beautifully.
Yeah, so good.
That wasn't planned, by the way.
Yeah.
It's divine intervention. What can I
I love it. That's so good.
yes. So
We're gonna prepare some juice right now. And you don't need to peel any of the skin. Remember, a lot of the nutritional value is in the skin or right under the skin.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't peel any carrots. All I did is wash. So again, the convenience and also the nutritional value of how much nutrition you will receive. And also the convenience of not peeling, wasting your time.
Right.
How fast we're gonna make. We're gonna fill up this container literally in about a minute or so.
Okay.
It'll be that quick once we turn it on.
one thing I want to mention before we turn it on, Dr. Roman, is we were at a health event a year ago with this same exact juicer. And the amount of vegetables and fruits that we had was to fill up this whole table. If not more, yeah. We were juicing, we were making juice for literally 300 people
Oh,
with
my
this
goodness.
one juicer. This
Wow.
exact one.
Wow.
And it was easy. The motor was flawless and it could have been ran for longer. This is an industrial grade juicer,
Wow.
right?
One of the great things about it, some of the juicers, the way they makes the juice warm. So, and that's not good because we just spoke about cooking with no heat. Same thing happens in the juices. It kills the nutrients in those types of juicers. So this motor doesn't affect the quality of the juice.
Yeah, that's really important.
All right,
All right.
you guys ready?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
let's do
go.
it.
How's the chicken?
Let me check real quick.
Okay.
You're digging.
I know,
Oh,
Julia,
yeah.
that's her favorite.
I know. I'm excited.
Oh, now it's seared nicely.
It looks, oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
That
I
looks
think
so
the
good.
chicken, it's always good to cook meats at room temperature.
Uh-huh.
This was a little cold coming out of the refrigerator.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you usually want to take it out of the refrigerator for like an hour or something, right? Let it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife has a daycare here, so the kitchen wasn't available until 6:30.
Ah,
We have she runs a daycare in our home, out of our living room and our dining room.
oh, bless.
So I'm gonna just flip these over, and then we're gonna go back to juicing. I like it when it's a little bit more seared, so I'll sear it a little bit more.
Well, look at that color, huh?
It looks amazing.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And now you're going to, what do you call it? Steam. Don't call it steam. What do you call it? Steam it or?
Yeah, we're gonna steam it. We're
Yeah.
gonna cover it
Mhm.
after it sears just a little bit more.
More. Okay.
I'll cover it.
Yeah. Oh, this is so exciting.
And the vegetables are starting to steam, and it's about at 160 degrees. So once it's gonna get to 195 degrees, we'll hear it steaming like the rice.
Okay.
Wow.
So they're almost there. So we're gonna go back here and we'll do some.
Just want to show
Chicken.
you guys on the rice right here. If you notice, it's at 195 degrees and it's staying there.
Ah.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
wow.
that's we know it's perfect temperature to cook
Yeah.
there.
Oh
And
wow.
you see,
That's
there's
so
no
great.
steam coming out. There's no steam
Mhm.
coming out.
Yes, it's still sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay, it's gonna get a little noisy,
That's all right.
Let her rip.
but
Yeah.
Let it rip.
but for good reason.
Oh my goodness, that is fast.
I do love a good juicer.
Yeah.
And goes the celery.
Apples and celery.
Mhm.
Yum. That's a good combo. And carrots. Awesome.
That's a big carrot.
That is a big. Look how fast that went down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some ginger.
Yep.
Oh, yum.
Love it.
Orange.
Yep.
That's going to be delicious.
Don't you wish we were there right now?
I
We could
know.
Have dinner. I'm so
We
hungry.
we can have some juice beforehand and then we can.
Man, that's pretty full. Look at it.
I know.
It looks like it holds about.
And
a
then what did
liter
you
or
just
two
put in
or
there? What
something.
was the last thing? What is that? Is that more apple?
Apple.
Oh, more apple. Okay. I thought I didn't see that.
More celery.
Look
How
at that.
fast is that?
Wow. That's a lot of juice.
That's a lot of juice. That looks like I don't know, 24 ounces.
Yep. And look how little amount of foam is on there.
I know.
Tiny.
I mean, it just went so fast. Oh, that looks
Even the
delicious.
dog is excited for the juice.
Are you ready to try some, Dr. Ruben?
Let's try some.
All right, let's do it. You ladies definitely need to come this way.
In-person event next
I
time.
know. I
Dr.
need to.
Roman,
Now
for
you got.
sure.
You guys are in. You guys are in. Are you in Roslyn?
New York. No, we're in right now in
Fort Salonga, New York, which
And
is
the-
on Long Island,
Suffolk County.
Yeah. Oh, Suffolk County. Okay.
To help.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To help. Delicious.
Yum.
So simple. You
Looks
can
so good.
refrigerate it. You can refrigerate it to have juice for 3 days, no problem.
Oh wow!
But-
And it was such
It doesn't-
it's such
it
little
actually-
labor, such little labor
Little
to do that.
and it's actually like Dr. Roman was saying, it's actually very cool. It's not hot at all, not warm at all. It's
Mhm.
very
Yeah, wow.
tasty.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very important.
So I'm gonna cover the chicken now, and I'm gonna close the hole right away because it's already warm.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna lower the heat to between low and medium.
Medium. Okay.
And the vegetables are almost done. The rice, I'm just gonna turn off. The rice should be done. I'm gonna put it to the side. I won't open it just yet, so you can put it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
The vegetables are steaming, starting to steam more. The temperature went up, so we're gonna close that up very soon and put it on low. Because I have a lot of vegetables in it, I would leave it on low for about 5 minutes. If you're not cooking a lot of vegetables, you can simply just turn it off, close the hole on top, leave it for 5 minutes, and your vegetables will be nice and crispy with a lot of nutritional value in it. It's beautiful.
That's amazing.
That's
I
so
love
cool.
that there's not as much you haven't had to add stuff, you know.
Yes,
You haven't had to dress
exactly.
it
We're
up.
trying to keep things as close to nature as possible, right? That's the key here. And one advice on the rice, it's actually best as a general rule of thumb whenever you're cooking rice, once it's off the heat, let it sit for 5 more minutes so all the steam can reabsorb back into the rice, whatever's remaining, so it can be nice and fluffy.
And it's that, what you call that starch? It creates that
Resistant starch.
resistant starch. Yes.
And if I love to make sushi, so I used to use a rice cooker to cook the rice. So now I don't use the rice cooker anymore. This is the only pots that I use to make the rice.
Wow.
Just the way I showed you, I would open it up and I would add some sushi vinegar, a little bit, mix it up, close it again, so it becomes nice and fluffy, like just like Dr. Ruben said.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't see why you would need a rice cooker. You know, those pots and pans look perfectly capable of
rice
doing all the
cooker.
things.
Yep. And one of the very, very, very important things is it's so easy to clean. Very simple. Once you're done cooking, you simply, even if it's warm, you just rinse it. It'll come right off. If it needs to be warm, let's say you want to wash it a little bit later and you were frying something, just put a little bit of water, turn it on, and then it simply just comes off.
Oh, wow.
So you don't use any detergent when it comes to cleaning those pans at all?
Oh, I use detergent. I use the natural detergents that we use. We don't use like Ajax or anything like that.
Oh, I bet you use the Melaleuca, right? You probably use the Melaleuca.
I actually just started using Melaleuca.
Yeah, yeah, they have the best kitchen cleaning stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think. I think I mentioned.
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, before. Yeah, and great company.
Yes.
Yeah, great products.
Would you like to see a pineapple juice? Would that be fun?
Yes.
Let's do
Oh,
that.
yeah, do that.
Okay, let's do it.
I know Annie has to leave in a little bit, but so.
Yeah, I'll have to leave you in Jodi's capable hands, but
Yes.
it looks so good, guys. I wish I was there to help contribute to that feast.
Apple.
Oh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that.
Oh, yeah, watch this.
So this pineapple. So most of you know the importance of the skin of pineapple and the properties. Very healthy.
He's going in and out. There we talk, Dr. Roman. Let me see if we can hear you.
Yes, is this better?
Oh, yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I was
So much
saying,
better.
I was mentioning how most of you may know the importance of the pineapple skin and that it has antihistamine properties. So why would you want to peel off this beautiful skin, right?
Right.
Especially if you're buying an organic pineapple. So all I'm going to do is just cut it up, and we're going to juice it right in the skin.
Wow.
That's how powerful, very powerful juice master is.
Because usually you have to cut the middle out, and then you have to cut the skin off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do any of that. I simply just cut it so it can fit it into the hopper.
Wow. That is so fast for being a pineapple.
It's really getting a work over that machine.
I know, and it's still going. So now where does all the pulp go from the fruit?
And that's it. The whole pineapple is in here.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now, if
And
you
I
would have done that on any conventional type of a juicer, you would have broken the motor.
Yeah, you
Wrecked
would've
it.
broken it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Right.
So
notice
we're-
it went right back.
And I could see the green, some of the green in there. Usually pineapple juice is yellow. So that's, oh, wow, that is so
We have the
cool.
celery in there, and
Wait, guys, we're being interrupted again by the whistle.
Oh,
This time. It's the whistle on the vegetables.
I hear
You
it.
guys
can
see
hear
it?
it.
You guys see the steam
do you
coming
guys
out?
do kettles? Because I've got a stovetop kettle.
about 195 degrees. So we're gonna turn it on low, close it, and about 5 more minutes, the vegetables are gonna be ready.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And the chicken should be ready by then too.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm really so I have to go, but I love, and that's on
Now
my
we're
list of
gonna, I'm
things
gonna
to get.
stay on because we want to
Jody's gonna
see.
stay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
on, and we're gonna, because we have to see the final results of the food.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So thank you,
All
Dr.
right.
Roman, Dr.
Eddie,
Ruben.
it was a pleasure.
I will see you soon.
Definitely
Thank you,
look for the recording.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Lovely.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Thanks, Jody.
Bye, Annie. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
We're gonna continue now. Annie, I'm sorry, Jody, you had a question about the pulp.
Yeah. Is that where it go? Oh, I didn't see the other side. Wow.
See that?
So, so the motor stays. So do you have to clean the inside of the motor or anything or not?
No, the motor you don't clean.
Oh my gosh.
You don't clean the motor. Everything from here
Uh-huh.
up comes off. You can just wipe the motor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Any residue, and all of this you can reuse it if you want. For example, if you're doing a vegetable juice with carrots and kale and celery and anything else in there, you can actually make like veggie burgers out of it. You can add a little bit of flour and some egg, mix it up, put it in the refrigerator, and you can make some veggie burgers. So it's not wasteful.
Right. Or I guess you could compost it too, right? If you had a compost.
Do that as well. If you have chickens, you give it to the chickens.
Right. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, they would love it.
Yeah.
They'll be so healthy.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Try this pineapple juice. It's a little bit green.
I love it.
Because of the celery was in there, and also the pineapple skin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The pineapple skin. I bet it's gonna taste delicious.
To your health, guys.
To your health.
That looks like some fancy cocktail is what it looks like.
Oh, it's really good. It's really sweet too.
It doesn't. Some of us have this taste of pineapple juice, but it tastes so much more natural. It doesn't taste like a conventional pineapple juice.
Right, where it's like too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
So, Jody, tell me what your highlight is so far from last time I asked you.
Oh my gosh. Well, gosh, I don't know if it's since I mean, I'm just amazed. Well, I'm a knife gal. I love knives. So that knife he used cutting up was very attractive to me because I love chopping vegetables. And because I make this amazing chicken soup that I've been making for years. And I'm just going, I wonder what I need to get to make my soup. Definitely need to get one of those knives for sure.
Yeah.
And then
look at the handle. Look how beautiful
I
that handle.
know. And look how
Very,
thick
very comfortable.
the blade is thick. Like it's not, like really super thin or flimsy or anything, Yeah,
it's really, really strong and really durable.
Right.
The knife in his hand.
And sorry. And then also, because I'm thinking, what do I need to cook my chicken? Because I cook chicken stock, and I was thinking, okay, what pan do I need for that? And then, because I want to try to cook everything in one thing, but it's going to be way easier doing it with your cookware than the way I have done it before. So
yes, we actually have different size pots.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Roman, what's our biggest pot that we have?
26 quarts.
Oh wow! So yeah, because I have like a stock pot that I use to cook my chicken. my chicken stock, but I'm thinking it's going to cook way faster because I would cook it in the oven. I would put, I'd cut up chicken, whole chicken, and then carrots, onions, celery, and salt, pepper, some tomato paste, and some rosemary and water. And then I would cook that in the oven for 3 hours on 350 and preheated. And then I take it out and I let it cool off. And I remove the chicken, debone the chicken, and then I put the stock back in the pot. Then I chop up new vegetables, put it in there. It's very laborious, right? Yeah. And I mean, it's like a half a day thing, you know? So, and then I just chop that up, and then then the vegetables cook a little bit, and then I add the chicken and then the last vegetables, and I cook it for about 10 more minutes. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. And I add, different things for if I'm going to do more of a Mexican style or whatever, but it's going to be really interesting to taste how the vegetables taste in that cookware and the chicken, because I probably won't need to add salt or pepper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be very interesting. So I cook a lot of chicken broth.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken broth. Carrie thinks it's growing up from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
My mom make, and the way that she taught me, and this is how I do it, is when I boil the chicken, I bring it to boil with the water, and then I strain the broth from all the things that's in the chicken. I strain it. I put it on the side, and then I wash the pot. I rinse my chicken in filtered water. Make sure it's filtered water. You don't want to, contaminate.
Right. Right.
And once I'm done with washing my chicken, so it's not really cooked. It's sort of like halfway cooked.
Blanched.
Right.
And I put it back in a clean pot. Whatever I strained that broth, I put it back. And then after that, I like to use like peppercorns.
Mm-hmm.
A big leaf I like to put in there.
That's what I use too. Peppercorns. Yeah.
Bay leaf. Yes, the bay leaf. I put a whole carrot or two, depending on how much broth I'm cooking. A whole onion. I peel it and just put the whole onion in there. Celery as well. And then you bring it back to boil. Then you just turn it on low. Make sure the whistle is closed. And you can keep it on low the whole night. So it will extract everything from the vegetables, all that glucosamine and protein chicken, and it's just going to be phenomenal. And it's going to be clear. When you cook slow, this is key. The secret to clear broth is to cook it slow on low heat.
Okay.
Low and low.
And do you guys have these recipes and all that kind of stuff, or you can advise people? Because
we have recipes.
It's called Dr. Roman. I need your.
Yeah, we actually have.
It's coming.
We have a cookbook that has a whole bunch of maybe it's about over 100 pages of different recipes and different tips that anyone who orders our cookware sets, we ship also the
cookbook.
Cookbook.
Yes, it's included specifically for recipes for this type of cookware.
Right. Oh,
then
that's awesome.
Of course, because we love to cook and come up with things.
Yeah.
So we're happy to share those recipes.
Yeah, and I would think because I have an amazing recipe for a beef tender, but it's in the oven, and it's a pretty. It would be really interesting to see what a beef tender would taste like in your cookware. So I have. Yeah, because the recipe that I have, which is never fails. It doesn't matter what size the beef tenderloin is. Like it can be a 2-pound or a 4-pound, and you have it out for room temperature for an hour. You just put salt and pepper, and then you can put it on just a pan or a broiling pan or whatever, and then you put it on broil for 20 minutes, and then you turn it off for and don't open the oven for 15, and then you take it out and you let it sit for 10. And every single time I've done it, it's crusty on the outside, and then it's well done, medium well, medium, medium rare, and rare in the middle. So no matter what someone needs, the type of cut, it has every single cut in it.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yes, it's so good. And it's like, I've made it so many times, and I'm like, and it was my sister's friend's recipe, and I'm like, and it works the same for like a 2-pound or a 4-pound.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How are you doing our vegetables?
Let's do it. Let's check.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
And we're gonna turn it off. I think everything's ready. Turn everything off. Let's check our vegetables. Ready?
Oh my gosh. And look how moist everything is. And you didn't add water.
No, look, the potato is falling apart. See?
Oh my gosh. And look how vibrant the peppers are. And the asparagus is still bright green.
Look how bright. Remember I told you guys to pay attention to the color. Look at the broccoli.
Yeah. Wow. And the
mushrooms.
mushrooms are still the exact same color.
Same, everything.
Usually they get kind of bland, bleached out.
Look how much juice we have.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that crazy? I bet it smells so good. Does it smell amazing?
It smells amazing.
It smells
Yeah.
delicious.
You smell the sweet aroma from the vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
And the mushrooms. I bet you can really smell the mushrooms. I love the smell of cooked mushrooms.
My daughter wants to try the vegetables. She's been waiting.
Okay, let her try them.
Yeah. Everyone himself. Same time.
Hi.
and
They're
this is
so
Joshua.
cute. Oh, they're so cute. Hi, you guys are so cute.
Misha,
Look
what
at
would
her.
you like to try? Which vegetable? Pepper? Asparagus?
Wow,
There's a
kid.
reason kids are asking for the vegetables because they've tasted it many times. They know how good it's going to be.
What else?
This is one way to get your kids to eat vegetables is cooking them like this, right? It's just amazing.
Kids ask themselves. We tell them to. Promise.
That is so cool.
Did you get paid for this or no? Did you guys get paid? Did you get paid for this? No.
That's so funny.
Again, kids don't lie, right?
No, they don't, especially around about food.
So
They
now
want-
we're going to open the chicken.
Okay, they want what they want.
Look at that chicken.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Look at the juice on the bottom.
Oh my
There was
gosh.
no water added. Zero.
That
See,
is,
look at the deer.
look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I wish I was there. I'm so hungry now looking at this.
How it's falling off.
Oh my gosh. That's so good. Wow.
Look.
Oh, and it's like falling off the bone. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna put some on
Wow.
the plate. Come over, guys. Come over
Yeah.
for dinner.
I know. I'll be on the next plane. Oh my gosh. Look at that juice
Yep.
with nothing but the chicken in there.
Nothing. Zero.
Oh my goodness.
Little broccoli got in there.
It's like your own special sauce. I can't wait for my friend who works in the restaurant business to see this. She's going to flip out.
You're going to love it.
Yeah. And I hope she shows it to the chef that he owns like 4 big restaurants in the area. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at that. All right. Who's going to taste that?
The one thing I want to mention is anyone who cooks on this cookware is going to be a hero in the kitchen. Because when it comes
Yes.
to cleaning or pleasing a picky family, you won't have to worry because the cookware will make the food taste amazing.
Right. Right.
And look,
So-
we have Misha doing there the taste test.
It's hot. Joshua likes the meat. He's gonna enjoy the meat.
How's that taste, Misha? Good. All right.
One more other thing that we want to mention. We have Tupperware.
Oh, wow.
Tupperware, and not just any Tupperware. You can't find Tupperware like this, and I'll explain why. First of all, it's PVA-free plastic, so it's safe in dishwasher as well, just like our cookware is safe in the dishwasher. And it actually comes with a little vacuum to take the air out. So if I'll put, for example, this orange in here, and let's say some, ginger we have left over. Usually, how long do you think that would last in the refrigerator?
No more than a few days, couple days, maybe. Yeah.
So I can guarantee that once I take out this air and put it in the refrigerator, it will last for 7 days, could be even more.
Wow.
Because we're taking out the air from the inside.
So it's not being oxidized, right?
It's not being oxidized.
Yeah.
There's a little indicator that all the air came out, and also for how many days do you want to leave it in here, indicator.
Wow.
To preserve, especially with berries. When you buy berries in the supermarket, they go strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, you name it. They go bad so quickly.
So quick.
So quick. So if you bring them home, you rinse them, put it in a Carico ultra-vac container, it will preserve for a very long time. So again, it's not wasteful, and you're preserving the nutrients because you don't want the food to degrade in your fridge, and you're saving money. At the end of the day, you're saving money and you're not being wasteful. I mean,
right.
It's great. You can use it for literally anything. You can use it for store your rice, flour, your beans. I mean, it comes in different sizes, different containers. You can, it's also stackable. I don't have another one to show you, but it is stackable. You can use it to prep your meals. Now, how amazing it is when you prep your meals on, let's say, on a Sunday, and then you're eating it on Friday, and it tastes exactly the same. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be so nice. So nice. So I have a question for you. So you make this fabulous meal, and then you have leftovers. So would you put those in a container like that as well?
Absolutely.
Yes. And then when you reheat them, put it back in the pan and do the same thing and just to reheat it, or what would you do?
Yes. So the pan, when you're reheating anything, you always put it in cold, and it's always follows the same process. You open the whistle and turn it on medium.
Okay.
You hear it steaming, it's most likely it's already ready. You just have to turn it off because you don't need to put it.
No, because you don't need to cook it more, just warm it up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Very simple.
Wow. That's so, because most people, that's when they use their microwave, right? They use their microwave to reheat stuff because it's cold, right?
I mean, it is a microwavable safe, but I don't recommend food.
No, I'm talking about like when people, they don't use cookware to warm their food back up, right? They'll use a microwave to reheat it like the next day.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do use it just because we value what we cook, and we value,
Exactly. Yeah.
We need to value our health.
Exactly. Yeah. I stopped. I mean, I use microwave to heat up certain, like reheat something, but I don't ever use it to cook,
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say that there's a value for everything, but there's no value for our health.
No, there isn't.
Priceless, as they say.
Exactly. All right. So, anything else that you're going to show us? Okay.
The last thing was the rice that we wanted to show.
Oh, yeah, right. Because I want to make sure people know where to get all this stuff.
Let me bring it over here to the front.
Oh, I bet it's going to be amazing. Look at that. Look, it's perfect.
No burns, nothing. And Joshua likes white rice.
Oh, it's really thick. I love thick rice like that.
Look at that. He ran to the stove as he was serving it. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Not burned. Nothing on the bottom. You see?
And there was no oil used, nothing,
No
just
oil,
water.
just water.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing.
And if everyone at home, your kids will be lining up when it's time to serve the food because they do love it.
Well, they can probably smell it, right?
Yes. And it took us, how long did it take us? To do all of this and record.
Yeah, an hour and a half, maybe less than an hour and a half.
So if you actually focus, you can prepare a delicious nutritional meal in literally 45 minutes or even under.
Right. Because you guys we talked first before you started cooking.
With making the juice.
And you did the juice too as well. Yeah. Oh, this is so amazing. I'm so excited. Okay. So for all of our audience, they can get this cookware at mywellnessbrothers.com. Is there any kind of discount if they mention Wellness Superheroes, or is there any kind of perk?
They will get a special gift of our cutlery.
Oh, that's right.
Again, it's a great combination, and we're looking forward to serving you guys. There's a contact form there where you can contact us and schedule a time for us to actually do a private one-on-one consultation where we will customize the package for the customer. So we take all the guesswork out and we really try to guide you on what will make the most sense for you and your family so you get the most out of your cookware and it's easy on your budget.
Well, I love it. All right. Anything else before we sign off?
We're very excited.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to come to New York and have you guys cook for us.
Yes, real pleasure.
Yes. All right. You guys have an amazing evening, and we'll see you next time.
If you're watching, we love everyone here because the kind of group that you guys created, Wellness Superheroes, is so amazing because it puts together like-minded people who love to care of their health, who share what they know, and together
they support each other. Everybody loves everybody in our community, and they're always sharing and helping each other.
Yes, I love that community. It's amazing.
Yes.
I'm learning a lot, and I'm also.
And we have different expertise. People who have different expertise in different areas and different knowledge, and nobody is judging anybody or slamming anybody. It's really it's just nothing but love.
Nothing but love, and we're so glad to be a part of it.
And if anyone does live in New York area, New Jersey, Connecticut, we're happy to actually come to your home and we're able to cook for you right in front of you so you have the real experience right in front of you. So we're happy to do that.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you again on the next topic, whatever that is.
All right. Everyone.
All right. Have a good evening. Bye.
Good health.
All right, everybody. So, that was such a great show. I'm so excited and I'm hungry. I hope all you guys are hungry, and I can't wait to start cooking with that cookware. So, as you guys know, how you can reach out to us is on our link tree, and it's linktree/wellnesssuperheroes.com. All of our information is out there. You can also find us on Rumble and on YouTube. This is probably what you're watching it on, but we're also on Spotify. We've got a Telegram channel. Everything will be in the show notes on this video. And I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you're watching this. And we'll see you next time. Bye.